Hi, everyone. This is Carol Matebula saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and hoping that you are enjoying your life as life is to be lived and celebrated. So today I thought to myself, let me come and say hi and share with you my beautiful journey that I'm about to embark on for 2019 around Vunkuwa massage courses and just explaining a little bit of what Vunkuwa it is and how I'm looking forward to meet you guys and say welcome to Vunkuwa massage courses. So we're going to be having courses in different countries this year, which I'm very excited about, and happily to meet those who are searching in a quest of finding way to balance people's mind, body, and souls by just being the vessels of caregivers. I love you guys. I think we are amazing people. We are what I call the lovers, the ones who love, the ones who are here to make sure that everyone is navigating with their body intact and their body free and fresh. So if you're one of those really who just really are here to be a vessel, to give a caregiver, now these courses are definitely designed for you. So on the 20, on the first courses begin for 2019. The first course begins in London on the 9th of March, 9th and the 10th of March. So please follow up as I'm going to be talking about this on a weekly basis. And then we move from London, then we are in Rotterdam on the 29th and the 30th of March. So after that, we move to Belgium on April. The dates aren't confirmed yet. You will know about the date sometime next week. And then, of course, we're gonna be visiting Trinidad, Tobago on the 3rd and the 14th, and then on the 18th and 23rd of June, there's going to be Vunkuwa courses taking place there. And of course, on the 29th of June, we're going to be hosting our favorite beautiful event called Vibrantly African Health and Wellbeing event in Trinidad on the 29th of June. So let me tell you a little bit about what to look for in Vunkuwa, why Vunkuwa massage courses are so exciting. Now, I'm just going to talk a little bit about my background, what has introduced me to the massage world, what has made me really to become the voice of the African massage in the world today, which I say thank you those who gives me that post of being the voice of Vunkuwa Africa, of the African massage in the world. Now, I started Vunkuwa in early 90s, and my background is that I'm one of those who really love being an African. I love being an African, and I'm very proud of being an African. Being an African, to me, it is somehow I feel very original. Not meaning that people aren't original at all, but I just feel that when I look at myself and I look at the rest of the world, I say, my God, I'm so different. And different I look, amazing I feel, because I think that, wow, how come Mother Nature took me and pulled me out of the rest and say, you're going to be unique. I'm going to make you with a touch of difference. So, of course, me as Carol, loving being unique, I think being an African, it suits me well. So now, the fact of this uniqueness, as a little girl, I was always very fascinated by my culture. I was always very fascinated by my heritage, and I always wanted to be the advocate of Africa, because Africa for me, that is my roots. Africa for me, that's what makes me me. Being an African, it does not mean less. Being an African, it doesn't mean that you have nothing to offer. Actually, being an African, it means that you have so much to offer, because of as we are different, designed differently within our everything that we are. It's different. Our melanin, our our skeleton, our structure, our shapes of our bodies. There's so much differences in that, and so I can imagine that even in our mindset, the way our minds and the way our vision it's designed, there's a massive differences in there that needs to be respected and given a massive place in this world. Now, having to say that, I realized that when I started going to school at an early age, there was nothing of African education being introduced to me. Yes, there was lots of education being given to me in my backyard. Day after day, seconds after seconds, minutes after minutes, hour after hours, I was taught the African way of eating, the African way of reasoning, the African way of spirituality. And on top of that, from the age 8, I was taught a lot about medicinal plants. My great-grandpa used to take me, if somebody had a headache, they used to take me around and introduce me to different medicinal plants. This was fascinating. And I knew about the medicinal plants to protect your teeth so that they don't rot. And if I go to Sebokeng, where I grew up, I realized there's so much houses there, but I can still go there and show you these medicinal plants that worked so much for us. And this was fascinating because I was always curious as a little girl. So I would ask my great-grandpa about why this medicine. Oh, that one looks like melon, even though it's not melon. And my great-grandpa would say, Carol, everything that you see as a veggie that it's eatable, there's a similar shape like that veggie, but that's medicinal. So Mother Nature has created 2 things in this world, actually 3 things. She has created the veggie to be eaten so that the body can remain strong when it comes to energical side of things. And Mother Nature has created the same kind of looking veggies, but these ones are to cleanse the body and make sure that the body ever manages to balance itself when it comes to health. And then of course there's poison, but some of these poisonous plants, they also serve a purpose in our body, but it's really how you use them. And some of them definitely they are not to be consumed inside, but every plant on the planet Earth has a purpose. You just have to learn which ones are good for what, which ones are good for what, and which ones aren't good for what. So because of that, I was always very intrigued. And nobody in my family suffered with headaches. Nobody in my family suffered with day-to-day elements that we struggle with. While some people, they were kind of rebelling the art of African touch, and they'll go for things such as grandpa. Oh, grandpa was the killer. Oh my God. These people would buy 1 pack of this sachet of grandpa, and the next time they start with a small headache, they go get these grandpas. And then suddenly next time you see them with 10 sachets, just consuming them like crazy. And the more they consume this grandpa and panados, the more these people got more migraines, and you could see in their eyes this sense of confusion. And that was also an amazing education for me, because of my great-grandpa made me realize of those who believed in this chemical world. And I'm not really trying to break anyone's business. I'm just saying that I'm one of those who were taught to focus on naturality, to focus on looking after our body in a natural way. So from that point, and then I had my great grandmom here on the other side. So I had this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful anchors of my life. They were really, really my anchors. And even today, when I speak, I still feel that they're still anchoring me. And because of when we are not anchored, we need to be anchored. We need to be grounded. We need to be rooted in our heritage, in our culture, in our pride of being the Africans. And it's not really bad to be an African daughter. And being an African daughter, it means that you have so much, as the continent Africa contains so much knowledge and answers. So that's how I grew up. My great grandmom was a believer of peaceful for the soul, and she was the believer of meditative state. She was a believer of unity. There was something that she used to say to me: make sure that you master the art of pain, because when pain is there, Carol, people will die. She used to say to me, what happens with the body? The body is very intelligent. You wake up in the morning, you slept yesterday with no pain whatsoever, and suddenly the brain sends signal. And this signal says there is something wrong in your body somewhere. It begins in your mind silently. And then suddenly the mind would travel gently to your hand. And then your hands start moving. And then it will detect, try to find, and you know what? The good thing about the mind and the hands, they work together as husband and wife. And suddenly the hand will go exactly where the pain is. Now, when you research, you find that if you have a pain at the back of your ear, that's not where the pain resides. That's actually just where the energy ends. You know, that's where the pain always shoots somewhere, but it has to bounce somewhere. So the pain that you normally feel more, it's just the bouncing of actually where the real pain comes from. So she taught me this, that whenever you work on the body, travel, get to the main pain that feels as if it's a main, but that is actually the end of that pain. The real pain resides where you're not even aware that there is a pain. So I grow up like that. And so Vunkuwa, it still lies behind the same philosophy and system. So from the age 8, 9, I was introduced to mastering the body and understanding the art of pain. And one thing that they always used to say to me as well, you can never work on the body while you tense. Don't fight to get to understand the body. Let the body introduce itself to you by enhancing the sensation of your hands, by enhancing the language of your hands. Let your hands be a secret hidden language of your being, so that when you touch the body will understand more the language of the hands than the language of the mouth. Because when they click together, they resonate one heartbeat, and that one heartbeat will guide you exactly to where the body needs to be healed and to be balanced. So this is Vunkuwa. Vunkuwa, it still resides around that system. So I grew up seeing, as I have mentioned it before in my videos, that I grew up in a health and well-being environment. I grew up in an environment of mindfulness, where on a weekly basis, we will do lots of things to detoxify, to cleanse our livers, to make sure that our gallbladder it's completely at a certain state, so that the body does not get cluttered with the sourness of the bladder, of the gallbladder, because the gallbladder, it's so small, sometimes it gets overflowing, and once it's overflowing, and then that greenness of it can affect our body. So that was really, so you can imagine what Vunkuwa is. Vunkuwa, it's not just because of, I hear people asking me for me to compare the African massage with other African with other massages out there. And I say, for me, the art of African massage is actually the art of living as Africans. We from a very early age, I was introduced to the essence of food. Food was number one priority. How you prepare it, how it tasted, how you shouldn't cook food until food loses its own nutrition by overcooking things. And everything was such an amazing university of knowledge. So you can imagine coming out of that kind of environment, you definitely would look forward to be the one presenting that. So Vunkuwa is representation of the real African health and well-being. So if you really are interested in studying the African massage, be aware that you are entering the cultural space. You are entering a very sacred space that can never be compared with other methods. Yes, I know that they in this world we are put as little girls who are just born, ever questioned. Our education system is questioned by the world. The world minimizes our knowledge. The world minimizes our system, while in a hidden corners, the world relies on our education very much. I've had lots of people who came to me and asked me advices around health and well-being. I have had lots of people who have honored, who are even today are fascinated by what Vunkuwa can do in the body, including myself. Things that I have seen around the world, around the body, has been really amazing. And that's why I'm healthy. And I say to the therapist out there, be aware, why do you want to be a therapist? Be aware, make a clear decision. Please do not come to me and say, I want to learn a technique, because you're going to give me a headache. This is not me being fussy or being those who are searching for technique. They're like a statue. They're standing like this and say, we want to learn a technique, but they haven't made it within their soul. Before you become a therapist, it's a spiritual decision. It is a spiritual awareness where you become very serene, and you choose a gap. What is a gap that you see on your own health? Always become a therapist because of your own choices. Why? What has been a story of your health, your own self? What have you impacted upon? What has your body? What kind of signal has your body gave you, so that you can understand that you need to go out there to make other people understand about their body before a technique? Because of massage, for me, it's about making the one who's lying down on the bed to be aware of their body. Make sure that the one who's lying down, they are aware of their spiritual movement around their body. Make sure that those who are lying down, they understand the essence of breathing in and breathing out. Make sure, because as they breathe in, that breath, it's very important. We can stay away from food for days and days. I think they say 47 days you can stay without food as a human being and you wouldn't die. You can stay for a few days without water, you wouldn't die. But you can't stay without breath for a few seconds, for a few minutes. Few minutes you have to stay alive without breath. And few minutes later, if that breath is still away, you're out of this universe. So the breath is very important. So as a therapist, you really have to engage a person to their essence of being alive. What does it mean to be alive? By making them aware of their breath, how important their breath is, how important for you to have this beautiful skin that I touch myself, and I'm thinking to myself, how amazing skin you have. And soon you're getting to 50, because I'm aware that each and every breath I take has to make me look new, as if I was born yesterday. So my breath, it's one of the most amazing things that I'm aware of. And I'm not aware of just breathing in and breathing out. I'm aware that this breath carries me. And as a therapist, you have to make your people who come to you, to give them responsibility of self-love and self-understanding by making them aware that every inch that happens through their five senses, it's very, very important to be acknowledged and to be respected. So when you focus on the technique, you forget these other laws of wholeness. You forget about the laws of well-being and holisticness. And holisticness, it's all that you are. That's what makes you the best person to reside in this earth. The more you are aware of your skin, the texture of it, when you touch it, your skin has to feel like, I've got a mother who loves me. When you touch your skin as a man and you feel that your skin, it's well looked at, then you know you've got a father for your skin. You are fathering every essence of you. So that's what we teach in Vunkuwa. We teach the essence of breath and how the breath can nourish you. And also making you aware that in life of this, what do you call this? I'm so sorry, my nose is so full. That looks disgusting. I'm so sorry. It's in the morning. So be aware of your body. So as a therapist, there are lots of things to look at. As a therapist, you do not look at the technical side of it, because when we go to the technical side of it, we go into just doing, and just doing. I don't know if that is good for therapists, because every therapist has to have a capacity to connect. So in Vunkuwa, connection with your client is very important. And connection with your client, it's you becoming one with that body. Because once we work on the body, it's like we're working on our own body. And I can never work on anyone if I'm not connected with them, if I just want to do a technique. I gotta know what has made that person to come to me in the first place. What has made that person to stop all that they do so that they can come and search harmony and balance and tranquility to other doors. So that's where we begin with. And the breath, it is so important, because the breath gives you a moment of silentness and a moment of inner ritual connection with yourself as a therapist before you even give ritual touch to another. So breath, it's important for both sides. Silentness, calmness, and know each and every therapy you touch, it's different. Each and every human being who comes to you, they are so different. Some of them comes because of they have been overworking and they are completely, extremely tired and extremely disconnected to themselves because of what happens when we work too much as people. It's always the case that we're running away from something in our lives. The workaholics of this world, they don't want to feel something. And because of they don't want to feel something, they cover themselves to work. And they work and they work. I've been one of those, and we all have been there. And as I'm talking to you right now, as you're listening to this video, and telling you that maybe it's time for you to just take a break and listen to yourself and listen to that thing that you're trying to run away, you would realize that you'll start breathing and realizing that how tired I am. So as a therapist, you gotta be able to sense that. You gotta be able to look at the breath of that person and detect that this person has been overworking before they even tell you. So you become a kind of, a seer, I shall call it. I'm a seer in my work, and I had to practice to be able to see and feel, so I can give those who come to me a therapy that is purely designed for them. And while you finish with that, a person should go and feel like I've had a holiday for 6 months when they come out of your room, because of you have understood exactly what they needed. And that can only be done through understanding their breath, understanding the rhythm of their body, because a body it's a beat, a body it's a drums. It's like playing the African drums. Some of them they are on a very, very high note, and your work is to remove them from that high beat of the djembe into a certain low beat of medium beat that they need. Some people need a higher. Some people are on the high beat, but you can't put them too low, because when you put them too low, something happens to them. So you also have to understand these beats in the body, these rhythms in the body. So technique, it's for are you aware that the technique, it's not even closer yet, because you're still understanding the movement and the life force movement of this body to master it, so that when you start giving somebody a therapy, you became one with their rhythm of their body. So that's what Vunkuwa is. Vunkuwa introduces you to the hidden language of its owner. It gives you a secret language of these rhythms that I speak about. I love the rhythms. Whenever I go there, it's like a party. It's like a really, really massive party that you have to understand, and you have to be in the same rhythm for this person to feel that I welcome you in, because it is not you, a therapist, who's doing the job. It is the owner of the body, but the owner of the body has to welcome you in. And they can only welcome you in if they feel that you are connected with them. So master the breath. That's number one priority. Look at the color of their shades, because of our strength maps itself around our pigment. Our pigment is such a vase of what we call health. It maps itself around. So first you look at the color shades of the body, from the face to the hands, and that will let you know exactly how far the stress has resided on that body. I'm sorry. Number two, of course, the breath. Number three, the rhythm of the body. Number four, the temperatures in the body. They are so important. These temperatures are the inner body, because we've got an outer and we've got an inner. And the thing, as therapists, we don't know much about the inner. Of course, you have to study anatomy and physiology to know how things are lined up through the body, to understand what meridian connected with what, and what, if you do that, which damage. So it's important. And then of course you got to understand the skeleton. My God, because of sometimes you go for massage and they just start pressing your bones like crazy, and you feel like you've been beaten up lying down there. So there is so much to understand as a therapist. All these things needs to be put into consideration, that as a therapist you're becoming, you're actually mastering this culture we call body. So these temperatures are they tell how the inner body is without you even going in. So temperatures, and these temperatures vary. So if I'm listening to you, if you're listening to me right now, you might think, oh yes, this I can do. But Vunkuwa, it's not something just to be done just like that. Vunkuwa, you gotta be into the room with me. Some people want to learn it via online courses, and I say to myself, I shall never do online courses unless if a person has done the base of Vunkuwa, which is level 1, and this level 1 consists of model 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once you have done those 3, 4, then of course we can continue then online. But you will have to then come back again just to see how much you have understood. So I can't, because I don't do this thing for money. I do it because of we human beings, especially this nowadays. Everything is on this cyber world, including love affairs. Everything that we do in our world rely on technology. So I can never teach Vunkuwa on the little video, and someone out there in the world has to do it by themselves. Not at all. Vunkuwa, it is more of a ritual of respecting our lives and respecting that the fact of living and breathing and being alive needs to be connected to one another. So of course these temperatures are very, very powerful. These temperatures can tell you a lot about the health state of a human being, how far they are in terms of their health. Either they are they've got some elements in them that can put their life in danger. These colors, these temperatures are fascinating. And then, of course, then after the temperature, we move into the color shades through the body now, studying them in step by step, because these color shades, normal eyes don't see them. Lots of people have came to me who have been doing massage for years, and then ask me, I don't see these color shades. What are you talking about, Carol? And suddenly you see them, and they're like, wow, this is fascinating. I've been working with, I have been massaging for so many years, but I was never aware of this. They're amazing. My God, look how they look. I have seen that over these years that I have been doing Vunkuwa African massage. So Vunkuwa African massage is very, very, very amazing. And it works for different things. And what I love about it as well, it works for you as a therapist, because it gives you lots of energy. I say when we do Vunkuwa, we've got different kinds of things. We've got moves. You gotta move. Every step as you touch the body, it's like you're doing a yoga, or it's like you're doing Tai Chi. You don't just, you move. Your shoulder blades has to move. You have to feel your spinal cord as if it's swimming into the water as you're moving to another person, because of this is the synchronization of body balances between a therapist and between the one who's lying down receiving the massage. So as a technique, you're standing there like a robot and you're trying to fix. No, you don't fix. You surrender to sensation of peace and calmness. So does the person lying down celebrate that essence. So these are the 2 days of Vunkuwa massage courses. And of course, in 5 days, it's even more amazing because of its intensive. So the 2 days are just really introduction. And I say to people, always do these introduction courses. And what I love about them, I've said, I think you would see the title of this video is, when was the last time you have had a massage treatment? Now, this is for the therapists out there. And these courses are mainly designed for you therapists, those who are interested in doing Vunkuwa, but also therapists. We think we're machines. We think we are designed out of machines. We think, oh, other people are stressed. We are not. I'll give massage. I'll do 10 people. I'll do 6 people a day. I'll do another 6 people another day. I'll do another 6 people another day. Oh, me, I'm okay. And therapists, I say you're wrong. Because for you to be able to give a good massage, you also have to make sure, sweetie, that you are looked after. Sister girls out there, I think you would know what I mean when I say sister girls, and brotherly guys out there. As a therapist, please make sure that you yourself, you are in a good health. So these 2 days then, this is where the magic comes in. In these 2 days, which are just introductions, the Vunkuwa 2-day courses are introductions. You'll learn a lot out of them. You can do a lot out of them, but you can't really say to people out there that I master Vunkuwa. You can say, I have understood what Vunkuwa is about. I have understood the philosophy. I have touched it. I have felt it. My God, this is an amazing massage. And you can do, let's say from 100%, if you come in for 2-day courses, you'll do at least 15% of Vunkuwa massage you will understand. That's what it is. 15%, 15 or 12%, somewhere there. So do book these courses, are very, very amazing. Book these 2-day courses, because as we start with you, we begin with mindfulness. The first thing that you would come for these 2 days, what you learn about how to stay strong and balanced. That's what we do. We firstly introduce your skeleton into state of alignment, because of our skeleton gets out of line because of our thoughts and all that we do. So it's always important to bring back the skeleton back in its position. So the first day of these 2-day courses, it's all about your skeleton, your breath, how you breathe, and your sense of peace and tranquility. So you acquire inner silentness. While you also study these color shades that appear, you study about the breath, the importance of breath. You study about these djembe rhythms around the body rhythm sensations, which ones are high, which ones are low, and how to mix and match them so that you can get to the normal rhythm that suits each individual. Because of in Vunkuwa, you can never do the therapy as you have done yesterday to another. Everybody who comes in brings a different technique, and the body brings techniques. Each and every human being, because of they breathe, their language of their body, that's where the secrecy lies. That's where the technique is. For me, oh, if you are passionate therapists at this moment, you should go, wow. For me, I study the technique from the people. They bring the technique to me every day. When I'm about to do a massage, I celebrate it because I'm never going to do what I have done yesterday. So it's always an adventure to have someone coming to me. That's why I connect with them, because of by connecting deeply to them, they will give me an answer. How am I going to have to work on their body? Did you hear that? But you need to know the measurements of the body. You need to know the gaps between the bones. You need to know the measurements between the neck and shoulders. You need to know the shapes, because of each and every one have different shapes. So you need to always think of sculpturing. Once you understand the sculpture and you are knowing that today I'm going to sculpture another body, you can never go wrong, because their spirit is already there. It will guide you. You just have to do your clear sculpture of enhancing their sensation of peace, their sensation of energizing them, their sensation of just being able to renew them. You renew them by respecting them. You do not have the answer as a therapist. You do not have a technique as a therapist. You have a rhythm that it's there, that it's live, that it's a life force. The people who are coming to us as therapists, they are actually the life force that teaches us a lot. Ooh. Eesh. Sorry, people. Really sorry. If you want to skip that, skip it. I'm really sorry. It's that winter time and I feel lots of stuff coming out of me. Forgive me. Ooh, yes. So this is Vunkuwa. Vunkuwa 2 days workshops. Register online, please. And at this present moment, we've got something for you. We've got 20%. Is that 20%? I think it's 20% discount. If you book starting from now until somewhere in April, I'm gonna please go to Vunkuwa website, which is www.vunkuwa, which is VUNKUWA.co.uk. In there, you'll get all the answers that you need, or you can phone me on +4 32 949 558. I repeat. So the website will be www.vunkuwa.co.uk. And then you'll find out about all the specials that are taking place. Or you can also follow us on Facebook, which is Vunkuwa International Academy. There on a weekly basis, I share lots of information there. So if you want to find out about our specials, go in there. And then the Instagram, of course, I'm also very busy there, but I'm about to change the name because of it's a little bit confusing. It's on my personal name now, and I'm gonna give you next time. And of course, you can phone us on +4 320. So sorry, +4 20 32 949 558. Did I say it correctly? +4 20 32 949 558. I can explain to you all that you need. Now, the fact that we're having these specials, it helps you. It saves you lots of money because of normally the Vunkuwa introduction cost, it's 250. And you also get, if you go to the website, it will give you all what is included in there. It's fantastic. Please come. And it's a joy because we learn so much with, Vunkuwa. I believe in teaching from sense of fun. There's a lot of fun, but there's also lots of concentration. You learn a lot out of these courses, but it's a place where it's also networking. You meet other people. So for example, you can move from London and go learn in Holland, or you can move from Holland and come learn in Belgium. I mean, of course, in Belgium, or you can move from Belgium, or follow me in Trinidad, So that's the essence. And there's going to be other countries, of course. This is just the confirmation of Vunkuwa courses at this present moment. So please remember what I say. Vunkuwa African massage, it's not to be compared with any other system because it's an African system that stands on its own. And in Africa, well-being and health and well-being has been there. That's why we are who we are. Those who say, oh, African massage, please, let's wake up, you people out there in the world, and really, really start really respecting Africa. We are not born yesterday. We are not so gullible as you. And the fact that you think we have no knowledge, it says a lot about your brains. Those who think Africa has nothing to offer, do think again. How can people who are just like you have nothing to offer? My God, man, let's really wake up and take the answers of this world very clear. Let's take responsibility, because I, as an African being, I do not think, I have never thought, and I was never taught that other people don't know. Never. And and that's why I feel so honored to be an African, because I have never been taught to judge others to minimal standard of life. Oh, I feel like having tears. The other day I was just thinking to myself that if I had to come back to this world again, being given life, who will I like to come back as? It took me a second to know the answer. The answer was, I would like to come back again as an African woman. I think it's an honor to be an African. So those who are out there and want to learn what African people are about in terms of inner sensation of peace, inner sensation of being connected with the universe, visit us in our world of knowledge. Visit us in our world of our ancestral heritage. Only then you would know who the African people are, because our African people are not easy to be identified. African people are not easy to be analyzed. What you are analyzing when you're analyzing an African, you are analyzing yourself. Do not analyze an African knowledge or education. Come in and find the depths. So these courses are the depths of that knowledge, heritage, love of the continent of Africa. Vunkuwa, African massage. I surrender. And please register yourself. Go to Vunkuwa, Vunkuwa website, www.vunkuwa.co.uk, and go to Vunkuwa 2-day courses. In there is a form that you fill in. And when you fill in that form, it will give you, and you can pay online. And the good thing is that when you pay online, of course, you get that 20%. You can only get the 20%. By the way, this, I'm going to verbalize it very clear. If you do not pay online, forget about the 20%. You get the 20% if you pay online, and the dates are in there. It has begun, I think, about 2 weeks ago. And the special offer ends. It ends somewhere in April. So I thank you so much. And Trinidad, we are coming. We are coming. Vunkuwa is coming. Please, the African sisterhood, sister girls of the continent, vibrantly Africans out there, let us embrace our education. Let us embrace what we have learned from our heritage of being this unique people that we are. Because it feels sad if the world judge my education and think that my education is not of a certain standard. I can understand that. They've got a right to do that. But if the African descendants themselves judges their own education and they mix it with a standard of so-called others who have hypnotized them, it's time to wake up. And thank you so much. Hopefully that I'm going to be saying welcome to Vunkuwa massage courses, and let's have fun, let's have fun, let's have fun. Thank you so much. Today it was about Vunkuwa courses. This is Carol Matibula saying one love all. Bye for now.